To your Vinyasa practice. We today are going to focus on this idea of transferring weight into the hands for preparing for handstand, Adho Mukha Vrksasana. And there's no expectation to get your body into handstand. This is just the idea of preparing to bear weight in the hands and understanding what that means physically in terms of transferring weight forward, right? Because it's kind of a weird concept when we're thinking about making our hands essentially become our feet to bear the weight of the body and to think about that alignment of being able to go upside down. So it takes some preparation and some forethought and engaging particular muscles in certain ways. And so if all this feels really foreign and awkward to you, you're doing it right. It's supposed to feel foreign and awkward because we don't typically walk around on our hands a lot, right? Or at all. So to begin, let's take a moment. Actually, before you start, you do want space at the wall. Towards the end of our practice, we'll have some time for those L-shape wall stands. Feet are not going to come off the wall. We're just going to get into position for that and find that particular shape. So if that means you need to close a door or clear out some space and have that ready, you don't have to be at the wall right now, but you can be. Please do that. And then come to your mat and lay down on your back. I'll just take a few moments here to let the limbs lengthen and stretch out. You can relax your shoulders down your back. And close your eyes here. And start to become aware of the breath. Maybe start to take the breath in and out through the nose if you can. And see if you can take a little bit more air in on your inhale and take a little bit longer on your exhale. Let's take about 3 more breaths here. I'm just arriving. And we'll start to bend the knees and plant the feet. Take your arms towards your ceiling, fingertips reaching up for the ceiling, let your palms face one another. And then cross your elbows in front of your chest, right elbow in front of left, and just give yourself a little hug here. So the elbows bend, the fingertips wrap around the backs of the shoulders, and that right bicep moves towards the mouth. So you can feel your scapula moving away from the spine. Breathe into the upper back. You can keep that, or you could take eagle arms, Garudasana. You can bring your forearms together and wrap at the wrist. And then right leg, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair, so Garudasana leg. And we're going to start to add on a little bit of core strength, a little core heat. So we'll inhale and we'll press the low back into the mat. Bring the elbows and the knees towards one another. You can lift the shoulders. We'll slowly release. Exhale. We'll inhale, we'll bring the elbows and the knees towards one another. Release. So inhale, elbows and knees. Exhale. Release. Last 4. Slow and controlled on your exhale as you release. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And then start to come back to the mat, unwind the arms and the legs, take a deep breath in. You can stretch your arms up and overhead if you have the space above you. Reach down through the toes. And then start to rebend the knees and plant those feet again. Take the hands up towards the ceiling, fingertips reaching for the ceiling, the palms face one another. Cross your elbows in front of your chest, this time the left elbow in front of the right. Okay, and then you're bending your elbows, give yourself that hug, that left bicep moves towards the mouth. Just breathe into the upper back here, feel that scapula spreading away from the spine. You can either keep your arms like this or come into Garudasana, bringing the forearms together and then wrapping at the wrist. And then we'll cross that left leg on top of the right leg all the way, like you're sitting crossed in a chair. And then inhale, reach the fingertips overhead or just bring the elbows more towards the face. And the exhale, elbows to the knees. And the inhale, lengthen out a little bit, bring the toes and the fingertips back to the mat. Exhale, a little bit crunch. Elbows and knees might not touch one another. That's okay with moving towards what. Okay, so 5 more rounds. Last 4. Last 3. Notice if you're starting to feel this in the core. Last 1. Come all the way back to the mat. Unwind the legs and the arms. Stretch out on your back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, plant your feet. And this time walk your feet just a little bit wider on your mat. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling and make your hands like they were gonna press into the floor. So you're flexing your wrist, you're flexing your fingertips towards your face, like you were holding a tray or something in your hands above your face. Can you keep that as you lift up through the shoulders? Okay, and then lift the feet and take the knees to the outer triceps and squeeze. So resist the triceps into the inner knees and resist the inner knees into the triceps as you're lifting the shoulder blades away from the mat, as you're flexing your fingers towards your face, as you're pressing your low back down. We're just holding isometrically here. We're just holding in place and breathing. And then release, come back to the mat, hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little bit side to side. Let's begin to rock the length of the mat, forward to the tailbone, and then all the way to the back. Back and forth a few times. Next time you come forward, let's come to tabletop. Work with a little bit more of the scapular and the thoracic mobility. So thoracic spine is the upper back or the rib cage. You can think of like the rib cage and the upper back. Scapula hover right on top of that thoracic spine. Okay, so in your tabletop, I want you to think about shifting the weight forward into the knuckle mounds of the hands and engaging the fingertips so there's a grip of the fingertips into the mat. And the navel hugs into the spine and the hips stay stable and neutral. And then take your right fingertips right behind your right ear. And the right elbow might open out to the side or maybe a little bit up towards the ceiling. It doesn't really matter, that rotation I'm not really focused on today. And then on your exhale, right elbow to inner left forearm. Inhale, open up a little bit or out to the side, and then exhale, right elbow to inner left forearm. Okay, so keep resisting the floor away with that left palm. Stay active through the knuckle mound and the fingertips. Stay straight through that left arm. As you rotate, the right elbow open and closed. 3 more times. Once more. And then replant that right palm, press through the knuckle mounds, engage your fingertips, keep that right arm straight, okay? And keep that pressure forward into the knuckle mounds of the hands. And then take your left fingertips right behind the left ear, broadening across the chest a little bit, keep that pressure down into the right hand as you breathe into that left lung. And then exhale, rounding the back so that the left elbow comes towards that inner right forearm. Inhale, open up. Doesn't really matter how open you get in there. We're working more with that, the movement of the scapula in protraction. So a little bit of a round through the upper back. That's the kind of action I'm trying to get you to feel in your upper back. 3 more times with this rotation, open and close. Feel your breath moving through your body as you do this. Feel your face muscles relax. And then left palm back down. And then take a peek at your hands again. Just notice where the weight is shifted into the hands. You want it forward into the knuckle mounds, a little bit out of the wrist. Engage your fingertips, curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Relax your head, walk your feet back. Keep that grip in the hands. Chest starts to move towards the thighs. Keep the navel engaged. And shift weight into right foot and left foot, just kind of rocking the weight side to side. Feel free to bend the knees in your downward facing dog, focusing on length through the spine and just letting go of this idea that the heels have to get to the floor. Just let go of that idea. Think about length of the spine and let go of the heels getting to the floor. Okay, in your downward facing dog, pressing through the hands forward into the knuckle mounds, grip the fingertips down into the mat, and then inhale and stretch your right leg up and back. Deep breath in here, find length through that spine, even if it means you're bending that left knee a lot. And then exhale, shift forward, right knee towards right tricep. See if you can connect right knee to right tricep. Can you keep the arms straight here? Feel that round in the upper back. And then inhale, re-extend that right leg high. So we're going to slow this movement down 3 more times. Shift forward, right knee to right tricep. You pause, feel the weight shift forward into the hands, and then re-extend the right leg up and back. 1 more time like that. Shifting forward, feel that connection, elbow to tricep. Press straight through the hands, and then re-extend the right leg up and back. Deep breath in here. Find the length through the spine. And then exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips, so right foot forward between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips, shift the weight forward into the sole of the right foot. And as you shift that weight forward, feel the weight move to the ball mound of the left foot. Okay, so I'm just shifting my weight all the way forward into that right foot. And then I'm going to resist the floor away with the sole of that right foot. Extend my right arm forward, bicep alongside the ear. Getting really long in that right side body as I pull my right hip back. I'm staying light on my fingertips so that I can extend my left arm forward alongside my left ear. So both arms reaching forward, nice and strong through the core. And then plant those palms back to the mat. Step back to high plank. Pause here briefly, engage the navel to the spine. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just take a few moments here, pause, breathe. Let it be restful. And if that means setting the knees to the mat and moving back to child's pose, then that's your shape. 2 more breaths. And then we'll meet up in downward facing dog, and we'll do that little shifting forward with the left leg. Okay, so first we'll start by inhaling, left leg reaches up and back. Feel your spine lengthening, even if that means you bend your right knee a lot. Chest moving back towards that right thigh. Pressing through the knuckle mounds of the hands. Engage those fingertips. Shift forward, left knee to left tricep. See if you can hug those 2 points together. Pause there. Feel that connection. Feel the round of the upper back straighten out through the arms. Press through those strong hands and extend the left leg up and back. Three-legged downward facing dog. Shift forward, left knee, left tricep. Squeeze those 2 points of contact together. Press the floor away. And then inhale, extend your left leg up and back. One more time, shifting forward. Pausing, feel the connection. Re-extend left leg high. And then this time as you shift forward, left foot plants between the hands. Get up onto your fingertips, get a little bit lighter on your fingertips. Start to shift that weight forward into your foot, your left foot, sole of the left foot, and the ball mound of the right foot. Okay, so feel that whole shift forward. Keep that. Extend your left arm alongside the left ear. Feel your navel hug to your spine to get really light on those right fingertips, and right arm extends forward. So both arms are reaching forward, biceps are framing the ears. Deep breath in here. Exhale, plant those palms. Step back to high plank. Pause in your high plank. Navel hugs into the spine. Press the floor away. Weight forward into the knuckle mounds. Engage your fingertips. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you need a little pause, a reset, child's pose is welcome, or tabletop. Good. Let's shift forward, high plank once more. And set the knees down, come all the way to the belly. Okay, so on your belly, extend your arms forward like you're gonna karate chop the floor. Okay, so pinky edges of the hands face down, thumbs up, palms face one another, and then take your arms wide like a V shape. Tuck your chin in, rest your forehead. And we'll take an inhale breath to lift up through the arms and the chest. Stretch the feet up and back. And then exhale, release. So we're just gonna lift up through the chest and the legs on the inhale. On the exhale, release. Let's try that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Twice more. Okay, and then palms come underneath the shoulders. Squeeze those elbows close into the rib cage. Curl your toes. Press up to high plank. Pause here for a beat. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg up and back. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to right tricep. Pause there, feel that connection. Now from here, can you step your right foot outside of your right hand? So a wide, low lunge. Okay, press down through that right heel bone. I like to turn my toes out just slightly. We're gonna step that left foot forward outside of the left hand and lower the seat to Malasana. If Malasana feels like too much, hips can stay as high as the knees, it's okay. And then let's see if we can add the arms here. So same kind of idea. We're looking for bicep to line up with the ear. Right arm and then left arm. Press down through those heel bones and then stand tall. Bring your feet together underneath your hips. Exhale, relax your arms alongside your body. Just pause here, breathe. Feel the tailbone tuck, the navel slightly lift. Relax your shoulders down your back and grow tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And we'll exhale, we'll take those toes wide. We're gonna sink back to Malasana or a low squat, you choose. And then bring those fingertips, those palms, flat down onto the mat, right between your feet. Okay. Step your right foot back here, and then your left foot back, high plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Extend your arms forward, find that Superman-like shape. So arms are extending forward, find that V shape, press down through the pinky edges of the hands, thumbs are up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift everything off the mat, except for the hip points and the low belly. And exhale, palms underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press up to high plank. Lift the hips up and back. Pause here for a moment, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Vrksasana. Breath in, breath out. Feel that weight shift forward into the knuckle mounds of the hands. Engage your fingertips. Extend your left leg up and back. Okay, so we're going to shift forward. Left knee connects with the left tricep. Pause there, squeeze. And then left foot plants outside of left hand, top of the mat. Okay, so you're in that low lunge, top of the mat. Turn those left toes out just a little bit. And then step the right foot forward outside of the right hand. Lower the seat. Find your squat or malasana. And then we'll add the arms. Left arm first, bicep alongside the ear. Keep that neck nice and long and relaxed, face muscles relaxed. And then add the right arm. Pressing down through those heel bones, stand all the way up. Bring those feet underneath the hips. And then relax the arms alongside the body. Catch your breath here. Feel that alignment of everything stacking one on top of the next in your bony structure. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And then we'll take our feet wide, toes wide. Exhale, sink back to Malasana. Plant those palms, straighten out through the arms. Shift that left foot back and then right foot back. Shift forward onto the toes, lower all the way to the belly. Keep those elbows close as you go. Extend the arms forward, find that V shape. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the legs. Exhale, palms underneath the shoulders. Press up and back, high plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe. Okay, one more time through our little flow, and then we'll practice our L-shape handstand at the wall. Extend your right leg up and back. Shift forward, right knee to right tricep, pause. And then step right foot outside of right hand. And then left foot forward outside of left hand. Sink the hips low, Malasana. Right arm alongside right bicep, left arm alongside the ears. Okay, so arms are extended forward. Neck is relaxed. Face muscles are relaxed. Press down through your heel bones, lift up. Bring those feet underneath the hips. Relax the arms here. Just take a beat. Breathe in, grow tall. Breathe out. Inhale, arms reach up. Set up the feet for Malasana. Lowering back down to your seat. Here, I'm going to give you an option to bring the hands forward. And if you have crow pose in your practice, it's kind of a nice way to feel those shoulder blades in the position that we're looking for in our handstand, and also the moving the weight forward into the hands themselves. Okay, so you can even just practice shifting weight forward into the hands, into the knuckle mounds, gripping with the fingertips, and then maybe lifting one foot off the floor, squeezing that heel towards the glute, and then trying that second side. If crow pose is something that you're still working towards or haven't even tried, don't worry about getting the feet off the ground today. Okay, so if you're in crow pose, whether or not you are, we're going to meet all the way back into high plank. So find that high plank, breathe in, shift forward, lower to the belly, extend the arms forward, find that V, inhale, lift up, and then exhale, palms underneath the shoulders, elbows close, plank, downward facing dog.
Pause for a moment here, find your breath. Inhale, left leg extends. Just one more time, left side.
Exhale, shift forward. Feel the connection of knee to tricep. And then plant that left foot outside of the left hand. Turn those toes out to the left side just a little bit, and then step the right foot forward. Malasana. Malasana or squat, whatever works for you. We'll add those arms on. Extend the right arm. Extend the left arm. Reach through those fingertips, press down through those heel bones. Stand up. Adjust your feet. Relax your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, set up for Malasana. Last time here. Okay, so you can work in Malasana. You can work through another round of crow pose. You can work through crow prep by just shifting the hands forward, snuggling those knees into the triceps. Practice shifting the weight into the knuckle mounds, gripping through the hands, and maybe lift one foot off the ground at a time. And when you're lifting that foot off the ground, squeeze the heel towards the glute. Okay, so the foot that's lifting, squeeze it towards the glute as you shift the weight forward into the hands. And if you're trying that, just try one side at a time. If you're working in Malasana, continue to work in Malasana. And then we'll take our next breath cycle or two to meet back in high plank. Shift forward from your high plank, lower to the belly, keep those elbows close. Extend the arms one last time through here, lifting the thumbs up towards the ceiling, stretching the legs up and back. Exhale, palms underneath the shoulders. And this time, let's press back to child's pose. And we'll just take a few moments to ground here, stabilize, connect to the floor, child's pose. Breathe into the upper back. Relax your forehead on the mat or the backs of your hands or a prop. And then we'll slowly uncurl the spine, come to an upright seat, and I'll just briefly walk us through this setup for our L shape for our handstand prep. Okay, so just watch me here first. I like to measure the distance that my legs are gonna need, but just taking a seat, pressing my feet into the wall or the baseboard, whatever it is you're using. I like to use a prop, so I'm looking for the very end of my hips. I set a prop off to the side. You can also use your hand here, and then you'll turn around, bring your hands right in line with that prop. Okay, and just watch me here first. Okay, so I'm coming to like this really short downward facing dog. I'm gonna choose one leg, whatever feels more natural, to press into the wall right behind my glute. Okay, so the ball end of that foot, just like we practiced when we were practicing shifting forward into crow pose, the heel squeezes towards that glute. And then I practice shifting my weight forward into the knuckle mounds of my hands, and I grip through my fingertips. Okay, I'm spreading my fingers wide. I press my weight forward and then into the foot that's right behind me at the wall. And then I might add my second foot. Try to avoid walking the feet up the wall, but instead maybe you keep your knees bent so that your heel bones are in line with your hips, and then maybe you practice straightening out through your legs. Okay, so try to avoid walking the feet up the wall. That's kind of like I would say that's the natural thing that I see most often, because it feels uncomfortable to press the legs straight forward. And we feel more comfortable with walking the feet up the wall because it feels like you're gonna tumble forward when you press your legs straight, but you're not, because you can simply bring that foot back down if you feel yourself start to move too far forward. And this just takes practice and starting to trust that your hands are going to catch you, that the strength is there in the grip, that the arms stay straight, the shoulders stay stacked on top of the wrist, and that the heel bones stay in line with the hips. They don't walk up the wall, okay? So let's try that together. Find that placement. If you haven't already measured it out, go ahead and do so now. Place the hands in that measured position. Shift the weight forward into those knuckle mounds. Grip your fingertips. Keep that grip. Straighten out through the arms. Lift the hips up. Find that short down dog. Press one of your feet right behind the glutes into the wall. Right behind the glutes. So think sits bone. So like my heel could touch my glute. Now that's where I'm going to press right into the wall behind me as I shift my weight forward into my hands and then add my second foot. And then I like to take a peek at my feet, see that they're parallel. I'm not walking my feet up to the wall, but instead I'm pressing the ball mounds of my feet into the wall as I lengthen out through my legs and shift the weight forward so that my shoulders stay stacked right on top of my wrist. Okay. And so then if I start to feel like, oh, I'm going too far forward, instead of walking the feet up the wall, I just bring my feet down. That's all. Okay, so practice that first before you think about feet moving up the wall or moving away from the wall. If you want to try one more round of that, go ahead. If you are ready to move on and start to cool down, we're going to meet in child's pose. Let's take about 3 breaths in child's pose. So in this variation of child's pose, take your knees wide and let your big toes touch. And we'll thread the needle from here with the arms. So that right arm is going to reach underneath the left armpit. My left arm is going to extend forward. So I'm reaching my right arm all the way towards the left side and beyond. I'm getting the back of my right tricep, shoulder, the side of my right head on the mat. And pause here, relax, breathe. Left hand in front of your face, press down there to release your right arm. And then just switch that out. So left arm is going to reach all the way across, right underneath the right armpit. My right arm is going to extend forward towards the top of my mat. And I'm reaching my left arm as far as I can underneath my right armpit so that my left side of the head, the cheek, back of the tricep, and the shoulder can relax and soften towards the mat. Soften in here, relax, let go, deep breath into the back of the shoulders. Take one more breath on this side. And then right hand underneath the face, press down to release and sit up. And then we'll take about a minute long Shavasana. So you can come onto your back here. If you have that wall space close by, you could take your legs up the wall. That's what I'm going to choose today for Shavasana. If you'd rather come to a seated meditation, that's always an option. So just kind of choosing what works best for you, what matches your energy level. Whatever you're choosing, relax the shoulders down your back, slightly tilt the chin towards the chest. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, relax the jaw, the teeth, the gums, and the lips. Shavasana. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you like. The longer, the better. If you need to move on with your day, start to awaken the body, wiggling fingertips and toes, and eventually making your way off to a side, pressing into the hands. We'll just take a few moments to come to an upright seat. Practice a few rounds of breathing where we can extend our exhale longer than our inhale. So you might find that 4 to 6 count inhale, 6 to 8 count exhale. And just count that out for yourself. Begin whenever you're ready. One more breath round like this. And then let go of any counting. If you like, you can bring your hands together at the heart and bow the chin into the chest. Take a moment here to honor our effort and our practice with reverence and gratitude. And to all of our teachers, past, present, future, to the teacher within your own heart. Namaste. All right, thanks so much for being with me today. Hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourself and come back again soon.